and peripheral assessment. So, ma'am, may I know your name and your age? And I will be assessing your heart and circulation. So this is this will involve inspection, palpation, and listening to your heart. So please let me know po if you feel discomfort. So first is I will position the patient into a supine position. So I will begin with inspection of the recording. So ma'am, bilhin ko na po ito. So I will expose the chest portion. Tapos mo nun. So I'm observing for leaves noted, but further assessment is needed. So I will begin with the inspection of the recording. So I will expose the chest, profile. So no obvious leaves noted, but further assessment is needed. So I will now assess the jugular venous pressure. So I will elevate the bed of 30 to 45 degrees. I am inspecting the neck for jugular venous tension. Ma'am, can you look to your left leg? So I can observe visible jugular venous distension at 45 degrees, which may indicate increased central venous pressure. Now, palpate the apical pulse at the fifth intercostal space. So the apical pulse is depressed downward laterally, suggesting possible cardiac enlargement. So, ma'am, pinito siya again po. So, may palpate the apical for drills or kids. No palpable is noted. Process for the peripheral process for rate, rhythm, and symmetry. So, ma'am, I will cover your. I will now assess for the peripheral process for rate, rhythm, and symmetry. So, radial pulse. Radial pulses are present slightly irregular and symmetric. So, for the carotid, carotid pulse is palpable assessed on one side. So for the femoral section po na palpate the femoral part. And then for the popliteal po, ma'am, taas ko lang. Okay. For the dorsal space. Posterior. So peripheral pulses are present po, but slightly indicating increased perfusion. So I will be auscultating the heart using the day pattern. So first po is I am auscultating at the bukas ko. So I am auscultating the second intercostal space or external perfusion. Intercostal space, left and upward. And then on the fifth intercostal space, midclavicular line. So I can distinguish S1 and S2 heart sounds, and I will switch to bell. So So I also note the presence of gastric gallop at the mitral area, which may indicate fluid overload and decreased ventricular compliance. So, ma'am, I will now assess the capillary fill po. So, I will press your nail po. So, hindi naman po itong side, ma'am. So, capillary fill is delayed po. dilated more than 3 seconds, which is indicating to poor perfusion. So, next po ma'am is I will assess your skin temperature and moisture. I will touch your extremities po. Okay. So extremities are cold and pale, suggesting reduced circulation. So I will assess for eating edema. So, okay. So there is two eating edema on both ankles, indicating moderate fluid accumulation. So, based on my findings po, jugular venous distension displays apical impulse, SQ gallop in bilateral pitting edema. The patient is showing signs of consistent with possible congestive heart failure. So these findings correlate with her symptoms of fatigue, edema, and orthopnea. So that concludes my cardiovascular and peripheral vascular assessment. So
Position the patient into a comfortable position after the assessment. So,
thank you po ma'am for your cooperation po. And I will perform hand hygiene and provide aftercare of the materials. So thank you for your cooperation.